What it do, what it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peace Dealer, and we are here with a weekly live astrology horoscope. I'm still going to do the weekly peace reports, but I think it's only right to start the week off with you guys. Bring back that nice Sunday church vibe. If possible, I might do these earlier at like 12. But yeah, how you guys feeling? Shout out to those of y'all in the live chat. Definitely really ready to shift and whatnot, but for those of you in the live chat, what's up with this energy? How are y'all dealing with that intensity? How's your Aries season been? Right here, I see the live chat. Right here, I see the camera. But we can pretend it's you because my messenger skills still come through. I'm gonna blow some magical fairy dust. It's magical because you don't see it. But regardless, though, shout out to the support, shout out to the love. I really like the feedback I've been getting. It seems you guys are really glad to see the transit talks back and also to see the other live videos or the ceremonies. There we go, the ceremonies. So yes, Lanny, I will be pulling cards. I'm going to pull cards for all 12 signs, and then we'll go right to the super chat. Interestingly enough, as far as super chat will go, we're reaching that number where we're reaching the number of 100 where I might start getting way more donations than is possible to read. So at some point we will do like a bidding based thing where the one who donates the most will get, when I do the super chat, I'll read theirs first. Just so if there ever is a case where I get way too much to do, but we're not there yet. All right. Regardless, though, this week is going to be a game changer week. There's a lot of game changer weeks, by the way. So if you hear me saying game changer, game changer, game changer, it's because there's just a whole lot of very relevant transits. When Saturn went into Capricorn, that's a game changer. When Jupiter went into Scorpio, that was a game changer. And we're very close to Chiron going into Aries, which will be a game changer. And then Uranus, your ass, is going to go into Taurus, and that's going to be one of the hugest game changers because this outer planet is definitely going to ground a lot of craziness that has been making a lot of people highly psychotic. And that's kind of what I want to start this off with when we speak of mental health and when we speak of you watching this, your own personal issues, specifically at a mental level. So we're not talking about your emotions, your psychic ability, or your physical sensations. We want to keep this at the level of your mind. Many of you may be made to feel that you're crazy. And I say this because this is more psychological gaslighting than it is any kind of regular societal attempt to make one normal. You know what I mean? In order for you to, first of all, let me just put this in context. Uranus is 27 degrees. It's on my progressed Mars in Aries. 27 degrees Uranus is like a volatile electric plant that's just surging electricity very potently, okay? And if you have noticed that you're a little bit more extra if you've noticed, like for fire signs, you've probably noticed you're way more crazy than normal. Normal in quotes. Earth signs, this might be difficult for you, especially you, Virgo, because you're having to express yourself in ways that betray the restraint that you place so that everything you do is proper. The person who's going to thrive through this period is the person who literally throws away their care for how they're perceived, and they fully immerse themselves in the energy they're going through. So in order to really harness a lot of this quantum energy, you're having to literally lose your mind. Some of you have been conditioned to kind of be in your own mental prison. And it's really good to release guilt around that, because you didn't really put yourself in that prison. That prison was made around you. And what these transits have done was to release the lock. So it's really up to you to kind of leave that situation. It's really up to you to very effectively, get out the cage whenever you feel ready. It's not really necessary for everyone, let's say, but still very necessary. Unfortunately, I don't plan to make this live broadcast too long. So the message that I have really for this week is simple. The transits that we're going to be experiencing this week are going to, shout out to you guys donating master numbers. I don't think this is a coincidence at all. We got 4 in a row. That's amazing. But yeah, you're going to find more so that uncharacteristically, you're having to do things that directly contradict an impulse, an instinctual impulse to hold yourself back. So your spirit guides, the universe are putting you in situations, especially if you're Earth, like it's going to be uncomfortable for Earth. It's going to feel free for fire and air. Water and Earth, this could be a bit uncomfortable. And you want to embrace that uncomfort, because once again, the more you kind of go out of your mind, the more you can harness a lot of this energy. The reason why you have to literally ditch your mind temporarily is, if I can give a good analogy, it's like in order for you to access the higher vibrational energy, you know what I'm saying, through your crown, you have to disconnect from your mind, which can limit your perspective. And because this energy is so pivotal in that constructs are changing, relationship constructs are changing, you need to kind of see this with a new mind. You need to reprogram your critical mind. And some of you, a wise adage or proverb says that, you can only bend a reed once it's young. Once someone's old, they're hard to be bent. I just botched up that adage, but you know what I mean? When you're young is when you can be disciplined. After you're a certain age, it's harder to change. So there's certain things at your stage where you're at that you can't just relearn. So the way the universe is facilitating this for some of you is to kind of just drop bombs on you, and to really kind of push you in situations that force you to on the spot improv. Uranus and Aries is improvisation. This isn't Uranus and Virgo where it's genius planning and genius analyzation. It's more so pure, radical, unconventional authenticity and originality. It's being created now. And especially in a week like this, where you're forming a fresh new wave of connections with people, whether you already know them or not, it's the originality you're developing and bring to the table that will really govern how well you can harness, once again, a lot of this energy. This week, the moon is going to transit from Cancer to Libra. Like I said, when the moon is in Cancer, you get gaslighted. And when the moon is in Libra, you have to, go through a bit of character assassination. You don't have to, but there may be, okay? So really keep that in mind, because what this is going to entail for you is a lot of how you personally feel about situations. Bringing back to this whole mindset of losing your mind, you don't really have to induce any of this, because many of you are feeling this is what is causing the ascension symptoms you're having. Some of you are losing motivation for what you're doing. Some of you may be gaining motivation. This is not a blanket term for everyone, but some of you could be feeling like you're drained of energy, or some of you may be feeling like a bit more intense pressure. Your light body is taking in more energy than your body may be able to handle, because the universe is ascending. So your body is having to also cope with these cosmic light codes, ascending your mind, ascending your vibration. Your spirits can handle it. Your feelings have been handling it. That was Pisces season. But your mind doesn't necessarily have to catch up. You're having to switch your attitude. So, you know what I mean? The reason why, what I try to say with that analogy is you kind of getting out your mind. And thank you, Carrie, especially those of you who are sleeping a lot, you're downloading a shit ton of information, especially through your dreams. So when I say lose your mind, some of you feel what's to come, but for a lot of you, my friends, like, what's to come for you, and I don't mean what's to come in the far out future. I mean as soon as May. We're still waiting for May. We needed the stability of Saturn and Capricorn, so Uranus and Taurus doesn't just short circuit everything. It's supported by Saturn and Cap. So what you're stepping into in this new arc is so grand. Like, your mind, your current perception cannot really conceive what has occurred. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Dia. Very, very grateful. So really keep this in mind. Like, it's very important. Like, some of you feel your emotions, your psychic feelings feel what's to come. Some of you feel this amazing connection with a soulmate or a twin flame. And it's not to get attached to the physical. You may not be with that person, but the feeling is an indicator, right? Because your emotions are outside of time, let's say, energetically. So you can feel what's to come, but your body is still bound by space and time. So it's like what you're feeling is not going to connect with your mind. And let me give you a literal example. It's like, let's say you're used to eating 2 meals a day and you make like $45,000 a year. So, your body is slowly getting you ready for stepping into a new life. And a lot of you aren't aware. Some of you feel this, but a lot of you aren't aware. Like, you're not about to transition into this. You're literally just about to walk into $500,000 a year eating 4 square meals a day with a maid and butler. And that's just an example. Like, your mind that was so used to one life is having to slowly transition to get ready for this new life. But the transition is not going to be slow. And I hate to say new life because it's already sparked with Aries. It's going to be given form with this Taurus. So I'm saying it this way because some of you have your dreams. Some of you have what you want, but some of you are having to surrender because your own mind cannot really conceive or perceive how great what you're entering into is, especially because in some sense, some of you are going to experience things you have never experienced. So, you know what I mean? Like, how can you prepare for something you've never experienced? You completely surrender to the universe. So just keep that in mind. This is a lot of some of the blocks you're facing because you're trying to control the outcome and because you think that you know what's going to happen. So let's just say, here's another example. And a week like this is going to allow you to really peep game because it's like you might have a movie script that you want to produce, and it's like you feel like you have to have this actor, you have to have this producer, and your dream and vision is pretty grand, but the universe is like, screw that. Like the universe is trying to hook you up, and it's like, yeah, you have this producer and actors you want, but the universe wants to hook you up with the greatest producers. The universe wants to hook you up with a greater budget. You know what I mean? Some of you are making $10,000 plans for your life when the universe is trying to give you $500,000. So the universe is like, yo, chill, relax. Like, some of you have to think so much bigger. Some of you don't know how to think bigger, and that's good, but you have to surrender. So I'm going to say it one more time. Some of you are making $10,000 plans because you might not have had certain people, you know what I'm saying, believe in you. You might not have had up until now, you might have been rejected. You know what I mean? Trust me, my friends, you only need one. Especially when it comes to industry, or especially when it comes to whatever you do, you only need one. Even one-hit wonders. You know what I'm saying? You can make fun of a one-hit wonder. They still at least have one hit over zero that other people have. So really keep this in mind. Like, once again, some of you are trying to make a $10,000 plan, and the universe is preparing you to deal with way more than you're used to. Some of you are ready to settle in relationships with people who you don't even like. Like, you might have a sexual attraction, but you don't really like them. And the universe is like, yo, I have your ideal person here for you. Just like, believe in yourself. So I see some of you in the live chat saying, how do you surrender? People who don't know how to surrender try to do everything. It's not that you don't know how to surrender. It's that you don't have faith, because surrendering, think about when surrender is used. If you're fighting a war with someone and you say, I surrender, you wave your white flag, you do nothing. In order to surrender a situation, in order to surrender, you do nothing. And for some of you, that's impossible because you feel like you have to do something. Guess what? You really don't. Like, are you the universe? Do you have billions of galaxies? Do you know the universe is living? It's breathing. That's why Sagittarius is the life of magic. And Laura's asked a great question. Is surrendering just giving up, though? Yes. Surrendering in your case is giving up control, giving up trying to do anything about it. I'll tell you a story about one of my favorite stories, moving to Las Vegas. It wasn't until I surrendered. First of all, E Squared by Pam Grau would be one of the best books you ever read. I read this book. She was all about, doing energy experiments to prove the universe has your back. And she was all like, put a cosmic order to the universe. Stop playing. Stop playing. Put a cosmic order to the universe. Give the universe a time limit and don't do anything. Just try and do it. And I wanted to go to the Leo Kings event in Vegas 2016. So I was like, damn, I need like a whole rack. I need like a whole $1,000. So I put the order to the universe. I was like, I want $1,000. I don't know how I'm going to get it. And I still tried. I didn't surrender. Like, I still tried to do something. All right. And everything that I tried to do to control the situation didn't work. Okay. So before the 48 hours, like, I give you 2 days, universe, to give me $1,000. It was like a day and a half, yo. And bam, $1,000 game. Guess what I did? Nothing. I gave it up. Like, some of you Some of this is surrendering. So let me not make this too, because you might not even have to give up. So when I say surrender to the universe, surrendering is just giving up. But surrendering to the universe is like going to Chick-fil-A or going to Sonic, right? And this is what some of you guys do. You pray, you give an order to the universe, and this is like giving an order to the desk clerk. And it's like, I want a number 5 with no pickles. Make sure it has no pickles. And I also want a large drink. So what do? You surrender that order to the establishment, and you go take a seat and you wait. But what some of you are trying to do is you order number 5 with no pickles, and then you walk behind it, and then you start cooking the burger yourself. And now the manager is like, yo, hey, no, this is our job. What are you doing? And then they push you back. Some of you try and manifest what you're trying to do. You try and force relationships with people, and the universe is like, no. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's not your job, right? Like, just every time you want to learn how to surrender, go to Burger King, order a number 5 with no pickles, walk to the back in the kitchen, and start making that burger. They're going to be like, do you even work here, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to actually have enough you have to have not only patience, but knowing that the universe is going to manifest what you're co-creating with it. Because, for example, when I got that $1,000, it didn't just fall in my lap. I co-created with the universe. I, on my end, so below, had created the means to receive $1,000. I have a personal astrologer service. That lady ended up being my the first person to order the personal astrologer. Okay, so we co-create. It's not like the universe just made it come out of thin air. I had something in place for the universe to help it, but I didn't know that. I had to let go. Some of you who have problems surrendering, you don't trust the universe, and you only have your own self to blame. Some of you want to be spiritual, but you don't want to trust the universe. Leave that shit back in 2017, because when Saturn was in Sagittarius, squaring Neptune and Pisces, it was confusing. The universe was trolling you. It was making fun of you with the gods, like, oh, we're going to mess with this person. But now it's in Capricorn. Like, if you don't want to have faith in the universe, no one's going to hold your hand. That's you. Some of you want spirituality, but you don't want to have faith in the universe. That's offensive, yo. Like, you either believe or you don't. So surrendering is not for just children. It's not just giving up. You know what I mean? Surrendering has so much to do with really acknowledging the presence of an omniforce. I mean, we have galaxies in this mofo, solar systems. How real is the universe to you? Like, is it just a void space? When you think about that, the next time you get depressed, know that there are galaxies, there are stars out there that are tapping into your frequency. And then remember why you're being made to feel depressed. All right? Some of you refuse to surrender, and then you wonder why you're going through what you're going through. You won't give the divine a chance to intervene in your life, because some of you feel like you have to do everything yourself. Some of you have, you know what I'm saying, energy that you won't let go. And shout out to the Soul Trekker who asked about the extreme sex addict energy. Everyone is feeling this extreme sex addict energy, especially those people who act like they're super prude and, oh, sex is too sacred. Like, no, homie, like this, we have too much sexual energy in the mountain goat. Capricorns are some of the greatest freaks ever. You either know that or you don't. So like, you're deliberately being made to express your sexual energy, whether by yourself or with others. And Jupiter's in Scorpio. So are you still shunning your sexuality? Are you still suppressing it, or are you embracing it? Are you finding new ways to express it? Saturn's in Capricorn, my friends. So, and Mars is here now too. So who's doing the work? Because for those of you who have been doing the work It's manifesting. You're making greater connections. This 1 week only is literally going to help quantumly shift so much that you have been wanting to for so long. The difference between archangels and angels, first of all, there's so, I mean, the propaganda on angels is so fake. People really feel like they know angels. I'm so glad that you asked this question, right? But it's very important to know this is still a lot of deception around. You know, there's archangel this, there's archangel that, there's archangel that, there's archangel that. Archangel is designated to one angel, to be honest. The archangel is the greatest of all angels. So if we're going to keep it real, there's really just one archangel. But as far as differentiation, an archangelic position is an angel who has evolved through rank and time, you know what I'm saying? And has greater powers than a regular angel. But I really needed to ask that because there's just too much deception going around. And a lot of people feel like angels are kind beings who wave around their wands. You know what I mean? Like angels and demons are not necessarily the beings that we are made to believe that they are. Most of these beings are strictly warriors, okay? And the last thing they care about is being summoned by some humans who feel they know who they are. Like an angel, if you study the Kabbalah, an angel will screw your life up. Like, you summon me from what dimension? For what? You want a girlfriend? I'm gonna make you single just so you think about your intent. Like, don't stop talking to angels if your intent is not pure, because it's just gonna confuse you. They're familiar spirits. I don't like to talk about this a lot because I feel like the intent behind it is cool. You know what I mean? I see it as a little bit childlike, but yo, like a lot of these mythical beings, they don't play that. And I mean, I know we see a lot of these oracle cards with angels, which is cute, but no, they're not like that. They're not like that at all. Like, oh no, most of these angels will like slaughter whole groups of people, and it's like we're making lions out to be cuddly bears. But enough of that rant. This is definitely a very powerful week that is meant to put your originality to the test. Okay. The main thing that I really want to ask you right now is, are you only real when it looks good? Because the main challenge of this week for you guys is being original, even if it costs you. All right. We have Mercury retrograding with Saturn and Pluto, and Venus is still moving along. So you're going to be faced in situations where it's like you can be yourself, but it's going to come at a cost. All right. You can be, for some dumb reason, you have grown men and women still acting like they're in high school. All right. Now, to some of their defense, some of them never graduated high school. So, but it's just really weird because it's like people are in the lunch table again. And this week, you're going to see people flocking to who has a cool table. All right. There are two types. I'm not going to designate the two types of people, but you're going to have the type of people who when it goes down and whatever happens, before they even think, they're doing what's authentic to them. And then you have the type of people who they're looking left and right. All right, what's that person doing? What's that person doing? Who has the cooler people? Don't be that kind of person because you're going to play yourself, okay? You are going to have to do certain things this week that are unpopular, and make sure that you prioritize being authentic and original over being popular. What you don't want to do is something that is inauthentic to you just because it's more popular. I promise you, that could ruin you. that could ruin any credibility you thought you had. What's up, Jay Leaves? Like, this is your golden opportunity. At this on-site, it's gonna look like if you do this and you stand your ground, you may lose everything that you ever had. But after you do it, you'll find the opposite is true. And it's like an initiation just to see if you're really about it. Or once again, if you just want clout, because I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bros. I'm sorry, sisters. Like, sisters. I'm sorry, my friends. Like, certain people just want clout. And you're going to see this more so than ever. Certain people don't do this spiritual work, and outside of spirituality, this is nothing new. Certain people just want clout. And this is going to literally be prevalent more so than ever this week. Certain people not only just want clout, certain people just want to be popular. Certain people like to fake the funk. And watch out for those of you who are in this spiritual field. The download that is encompassing this cycle is including the agents. The agents are infiltrating, my friends. You're going to have people who study the basic terms of, let's say, astrology. A regular agent can learn astrology pretty simply. It's not that hard. You can go on Google and learn what the planets and signs mean, and they can infiltrate a circle. Be like, learn the language real quick. Be like, Mars and Taurus. Oh, I have my Mars and Taurus, so I'm like this. And on the surface, they're going to look like they know what the planets are, but in their hearts, they're just trying to sow division. In their hearts, they don't give a damn about astrology. They're just trying to get your trust so that they can gain information from you. And if you study their behavior, if you have discretion and discernment, you'll see through it. Okay? It's definitely not anything that's going to be impossible to not see unless you're not being authentic yourself. I'm not saying this in an effort so that you distrust people, but just really keep this in mind. Oops. All right. That being said, let's do this. That being said, the most important part of this week is, in my opinion, Venus that'll be conjuncting Uranus. For some of you, this could just bring a fated relationship like this, or quantum shift a current relationship in your life to where both of you are just that much more connected to your higher purpose. And with Mercury that's retrograding, it's great to really continue to reevaluate plans. But everything that's occurring this week and next week, you want to focus on who you are. What is your original, you know what I'm saying, reaction to things? And shout out to Under the Mystic Moon. I'm currently writing my Udemy course. I'm in the middle of creating a few Udemy courses, and they're going to be lit. But yeah, other than that, let's go into the Peace Mobile. Before we go into the Peace Mobile, just take into account everything I said so far. This week is really all about adapting to developments in your life that will help you really facilitate this new arc that we have stepped into already. Trust me when I say it's this week where some of you could end up in relationships or sparking new connections that you never expected. And it will literally just happen. All right. But the key here is, what do you establish this relationship as? If you meet someone new, are you introducing them to the you were in 2016? Or are you introducing them to your quantum self? Are you saying it with your chest? Like, I'm a lightning sage. I still don't even know exactly what that is, but I'm creating it. You know what I mean? Is there confidence here? Or are you going to try and fake the funk? There are going to be some people who try and fake the funk because they feel like they have to. Or you can be a little bit vulnerable and embrace your insecurities and really be the you who you're becoming. And trust me, some people are not going to find that cool. And, you know, if you let that stop you, that's all you. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So, regardless, let us once again go into the Peace Mobile. It's Sunday, and right now Mars is squaring the sun. However, the moon is quite opposite Pluto. So for those of you who've been feeling that intensity, especially this morning, there's a global purging of emotions that is going to lead into ridiculous psychic development. And as such, tomorrow, when the moon is in Leo, pay very close attention to what happens, my friends, because this is going to key you in greatly into where you need to move forward. Destiny and fate is going to drop very quality hints so that you can really, once again, you know, make the correct decision when needed and as needed. But as we progress towards the week, you'll see the Sun and Mercury are meeting together. When the moon's in Virgo and Venus is conjunct Uranus, it's around this time we could probably look to see this hyper manifestation of any relationships. Although it could happen before, but pay close attention to Wednesday, middle of the week. Very high volatile day and very important nonetheless. As we end the week, Venus is going to exit Aries, and the Saturn will conjunct Mars, while the Sun meets Mercury retrograde. As you can see, it's a very impactful week. The whole notion, like my charger necklace, it's pretty swaggy. The whole notion and really reality of a lot of this energy meeting together, as you can see, it's putting stuff in place. It's going to orchestrate fated meetings and events, and there's an epiphany that's coming up. Mercury retrograde has a message to show to the Sun, and it's a message about you. It's a message about your originality, to really put the pieces together. Some of you are ready to move, but you feel like there's just this one last step. It's like the last thing needed to fully rev the fire. That's coming this week. But you will be tested on how well you still believe certain deep-seated facets of who you are in the face of doubt of maybe near everyone. Those of you who still choose to believe despite the doubt will be the ones who experience victory, okay? And other than that, let's pull the cards for the signs, all right? Aries, Aries moon, Aries rising. We have the Page of Pentacles. So this week is going to be really good for rebranding yourself. You want to really pay a lot of attention to your health and your wealth, and do whatever you can to really continue to work hard to deal with these practical aspects of your life, because you're definitely close to pushing through and manifesting this. And to, especially for those of you who are wanting to be self-employed, you're so close to actually getting that. It's going to start small, but it's going to build. All right. Taurus, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. We have the Empress card, which is super gangster because it's definitely speaking of unconditional love. It's also speaking of great beauty. It's also speaking of very nice abundance. So this week is going to be a winning week for you. You're definitely going to experience greater luxury in your life. And yes, Lindsay, I definitely will do Uranus and Taurus. Any videos that I do, I used to charge for those webinars, but those transit talks will be completely free. So other than that, you know what I mean? Really embrace that, Taurus. This week's gonna be glorious with this card. Gemini, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. We have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is great victory, especially for those of you who might, you know, be in a creative field or be in the public eye. There's going to be a very great notoriety that adds to your reputation and just, how do I say this, favorable reception to whatever you release. All of this Aries energy is in your 11th house. Some of you could literally blow out of nowhere, okay, with the right connects. Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. We have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is definitely speaking of working better alone, okay? It's not that you have to work alone, but you might not be able to trust just everybody with what you're doing. And if you feel more comfortable doing stuff on your own, it's suggested, but just be mindful of people who act like they have your best interest, but their actions don't match up. If your intuition is saying something's off, follow that hunch and try and catch these people in a lie, because they'll tell you everything you need to know. Leo, Leo moon, Leo rising. The card that we have for you is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is definitely speaking of you ascending the knowledge that you speak on. You're going to, at one sense, gain a greater order. And this is how I see this. This makes sense because this is more philosophical. It's like everything that you've ever learned and every belief that you've had is going to come together this week, Leo. And it's going to make sense in a way that integrates everything. And you're going to have a definite system that you can move forward with. Just be mindful of the status quo. You are not allowed to break too much rules, Leo. Try and follow the rules just for this week and integrate what you have with that. Virgo, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. We have the Ace of Cups. So there's psychic breakthrough for you, but in some cases, there's also new love. I got it with the Magician too. So this is going to be really badass, okay? For those of you who are single, this is a great opportunity to be with someone new. So if you're single, Virgo, and there's someone you like, offer up your cup and see what happens. But you may receive this cup from someone, if not the divine. Libra, Libra moon, Libra rising. We also have the Ace of Cups for you. There's definitely new romance. This could be a new friend. This could be a psychic breakthrough. This is really the opening of your heart. Aries season is your 7th house of relationships. So this could very well be you connecting with someone who just really soothes and nourishes your heart in the best of ways, and in which case, don't necessarily hold it back, okay? Scorpio, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. We have the Knight of Wands for you. You might have some short distance travel. This is going to encourage you moving about and taking action on your ideas in creative ways. The Knight of Wands is saying you're going to receive a creative burst of passion that you don't want to go to waste. And in some of your cases, this could be a Sagittarius or fire sign that you connect with, or literally tries to like sweep you off your feet to get in your pants. Sagittarius, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. We have the King of Cups. How am I going to pull the Sagittarius card for Scorpio? And then I pull the Scorpio card for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, Scorpio, y'all got some secret dealings going on. Sag, you're clearly going to be dealing with some scorpionic figure. I really feel like you two are linked. So Sag, find a Scorpio. Scorpio, find a Sag. Make some magic. Have sex. Eat some food. I don't really care. Sagittarius, this is speaking of you being compassionate. This is speaking of you of having to develop emotional maturity. But Scorpio, you're going to have to hook up with a Sag. And by hook up, I just mean connect. Scorpio or Sag, I feel like Scorpio is going to be a main theme for you this week. Capricorn, Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon. We have the High Priestess, okay? So there's going to be a very divine revelation that really taps you in to a powerful part of your intuition, okay? Some of you Capricorns, Capricorn risings, you've just been seeing synchronicities that have just been like, what? In fact, you know how you'll just kind of like ignore a synchronicity and then it just like shows up in your face, like you thought you can ignore the synchronicity and then you just play another game or you watch a TV show and that synchronicity just finds its way there, like, oh, you thought you could forget about me? Yeah, you're just gonna understand this synchronicity and sign like so much better. The dreams are gonna make sense. It's like Leo. You know how Leo got the Hierophant and all their beliefs and realizations will come together and make sense. For you, Capricorn, like every single intuition that it was just like you're getting trolled too. It's just like, oh, let's confuse Capricorn, all super logic. And all the intuitions you had are gonna finally like come into one huge mega revelation. That's like, oh, I'm still confused, but now this makes a lot more sense. Aquarius, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. We have the Five of Pentacles. I don't like this card, to be honest, but the Five of Pentacles, I feel, could be someone who you're dealing with who that may get their pickup from you. All right. The Five of Pentacles could indicate some kind of financial trouble. So make sure you're not spending more than you can actually save. But use any such challenge to really think up of ingenious ideas out of your situation. Really, Aquarius, what the Five of Pentacles is saying is you're lonely. You feel alienated. Get it? Alien? But you feel lonely, like you feel alienated from maybe the cool people or people who can kind of make you feel a lot more validated. And this is really up to you to remind yourself that periods of loneliness do not take away from your value, even if it doesn't feel like it, okay? Know any poverty you might face is totally temporary, but I feel like this may be more emotional than physical. Pisces, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. We have the Aquarius card, the King of Swords. So Pisces, this definitely has a lot to do with you being very objective. Pisces, listen to me here. Because see, Pisces, Scorpio, y'all do this thing where like y'all swear everything is some kind of subliminal against you. I'm gonna make a skit about that, by the way. Pisces, you will just swear that someone was throwing shade at you. That poor person probably didn't even know, especially you, Pisces moon. You will just completely delusionally like engineer a situation to where it's like, oh my God, this person, you know what I'm saying? A Pisces or a Pisces moon will read Cat in the Hat, right? And it'll be like, the cat was in the hat and the cat had a gat. And then the Pisces moon be like, oh my God, they're talking about me. Oh my God, they're talking about me. This Dr. Seuss is throwing shade at me. And it's like, yo, chill. Dr. Seuss don't even know. Like, stop. And Scorpio, you do the same thing too. Like, some of you Scorpios will just swear, like, you know what I'm saying? The Scorpio will just have this whole conspiracy about how, like, oh, you see this, and then it connects to this, and then it connects to this, and that means I'm getting subbed. And you know what I'm saying? I'm only mad at Scorpio because sometimes y'all be right. Like, I don't know how you do it, Scorpio. Like, you would just bring the most like inane facts, and it makes no sense, but it's still true. Like, I don't get it. But Pisces, you need to stop being fish-tarded. We're not in Pisces season anymore. The King of Swords wants you to be objective. I don't think some of you Pisces know how. So I feel like this King of Swords is going to really like show you how and follow their lead, okay? Because some of y'all are just drowning in your own illusions, and come on now. So other than that, I'm gonna go and do the super chat. Really be mindful that you are definitely going to have to take original action to spark certain things you have always wanted to. Don't wait for a miracle. If you are still waiting for somebody to come into your life and sweep you off your feet, all right, first of all, women born in the 60s are not like women born in the 90s and even the late 80s. I've always been telling myself this, like, it's harder to date women, especially as a dude, you know what I'm saying? Because women are not the same anymore, okay? Y'all new generation of women, like, you have to stop playing the game like it's the 50s. Some of you are still expecting, and this is just as much for men too. Like, some of you men and women are kind of expecting certain things to happen. You guys are being mad that people now are not following tradition. I'm sorry, honey, that old tradition is dead. Like, we're creating the new wave right now. We're revolutionizing sexuality. Some of you are still waiting for somebody to make the first move because they're a boy or a girl. If you like somebody, make that first move. If you're waiting for somebody to kind of come and like open you up, if you're waiting for something to come into your life to change your life, you're going to be waiting for a long time. And the person who does come into your life, you know what I'm saying? They're probably going to try and manipulate you, okay? So really keep that in mind. Somebody said that women should be pursued, and that's not far from the truth. Like, my Mars is in Aries. I'm gonna pursue you whether you're a man or a woman. If you're a woman and I like you, I'll pursue you. If you're a dude and I want to work on a project with you, I'm gonna pursue that. However, some women should make the first move. Some men should not make the first move. If you're a woman or a man and you have like Mars in Pisces or Scorpio, if you have Mars in a feminine sign, you really should not pursue. If you're a woman and you have a Mars in Aries, if you're a woman and you have Mars in a masculine sign, or if you're just masculine oriented, you should pursue. There's nothing wrong with women who pursue. I know an Aquarius who basically pulled the Virgo she was with. She got with the Virgo. See how the Aquarius is a masculine sign, but it's a lady, and the Virgo's a feminine sign, and he's a man. That Virgo, by the way, is a very masculine dude. Like, this is not some effeminate dude. I'm sure he might cry if he hears a good song, but he's a very masculine dude, you know what I'm saying? And still, what the girlfriend that he had pulled him. So especially if you're an Aries woman, an Aquarius woman, like, don't feel limited by these gender roles. I feel like some of you are being set up to kind of manifest certain ideal situations, but you're still getting stuck by these outdated gender roles that never even worked back in the 50s, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you're still waiting for certain things to go your way, I just need to remind you that everything's being set in place so you can do it. Shout out to Cinnamon Cupcake Caramel. I'm a female, but I always ask guys out. I'm confident, okay? Honestly, like I just kind of I just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Um, whether there's not a rule book on this, so it's literally not like men have to pursue and women have to be pursued. I'm trying to let you know there's no rules. Like sometimes it doesn't matter if you're a man, it doesn't matter if you're a woman. Sometimes you have to pursue, sometimes you have to fall back and just let things happen. The criteria around whether you should not be your gender. That's all I'm saying. The criteria surrounding whether you pursue someone or not is if your heart is telling you that you should do it. Sometimes your heart and your spirit is just gonna be like, chill. Sometimes your heart and your spirit's like, say something, say something. So if you're letting gender rules, you know what I'm saying, set things, you're going to be losing a whole lot of opportunities because some of you are just a little bit too traditional in your ways and do what you want. But if you're complaining, some of you are still complaining like, oh, how come men aren't like this? How come women aren't like this? How come they're not doing this? That's because men and women are not really meant to be jailed in a box. We're all awakening to our own originality. We're breaking out of rules. So if you're expecting certain, and this applies outside of dating. So just I'm letting you know this applies to just any rules in general. This is why Aries is square in Capricorn. Like the old rules don't even work. You know what I'm saying? Like, sir, some of you are kind of chaining yourself to stuff where the universe is bringing you someone here, and it's like, are you going to say something to them? You know what I mean? Like, they may not even know you exist until you say something. And some of you feel like you can do subtle hints and cues, but that's high school shit, my friends. Like, you're not in high school anymore. Like, go up and say hi to someone, not because you even like them, like make a new friend, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. For example, like I still have Mars and Aries, so I'm not really gonna wait for someone to pursue me. I like to take action, but if it happens, I'll just fall back. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So don't be that person that's dropping hints, is all I'm saying. Don't be that person that's trying to want a mind reader. Grow up. You know what I mean? Like just do the damn thing. And those of you who do, you're gonna get results and rewards. All I'm saying. Those of you who kind of wait, you're gonna be waiting, and you're gonna be waiting, and you're gonna be waiting. So take advantage as the opportunities come through. Y'all stay blessed. I'm going to start to do the super chat right now. So thank you guys for the donations. And thank you guys, as always, for staying tuned in. The first card we have, oh, wow, you guys went hard. The first card we have is for Claire. Where should I focus my energy this week and for the full moon? Whew. Oops. I'm going to schedule a full moon ceremony in Libra. I haven't scheduled it yet, guys, but I want to do it probably on, Saturday. Yeah, I'm probably going to do it on the 31st, so stay tuned. Can I? Yeah, I will. 31st of March. Stay tuned, guys. So I have the 8 of Swords for you. You want to focus your energy this week, Claire, on anything that is holding you back. If you're feeling stuck, you might have limiting thoughts that you can release this full moon by taking every single limiting thought and changing them, okay? It is what it is. Change those negative thoughts into positive ones, and you will see true change, okay? Black Moon Lilith. We have the 6 of Pentacles for you. The 6 of Pentacles is speaking of you gaining financial support if you need any. There's financial flow in your life that will allow you to really give and receive more money. So accept it as the opportunity. it comes. And we have the same for you, L Rising. We have the Six of Pentacles, but we also have the Three of Pentacles. So this is definitely speaking of a working situation. If you especially need any loans to maybe start a new business or to put stuff in motion, know you have the support and you can definitely use your resources, okay? Monique Muniz, thank you for the donation. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Cha-ching! There's definitely a lot of money. There's a Three of Pentacles I also had too. So this money is definitely going to come from work you're already doing. And it could also, you know, invest in more work as well. All right. I'll let you know, Paula Daddy, if I have time. All right. If I do, I'll shoot you a message. Joseph Faye, the card that I have for you is Six of Pentacles. The Six of, I'm getting this card a lot. So it's a Moon and Taurus card. The Six of Pentacles for you is also speaking of financial flow. It's a philanthropist card, so give money if people need it. But, you know, if you need money, don't be afraid to ask or to take out a loan because it could definitely help bring back flow into your finances. Rachel, what is up, universe? We have, oh my God, we have the Six of Pentacles for you too. And the King of Swords. So this could be a financial flow between this individual. The Six of Pentacles is really just more going to speak on you being able to gain support, all right, when needed and if needed. So for those I pulled this for, if you have any pride kind of between asking people for help, don't this week because it'll really help if you do need help. And if someone needs help, make sure you give for them too. Brittany Morris, we have the Sun card for you. So this lottery energy with the cards, ooh, we have the Chariot. So you're going to have landmark victory, okay? You're going to really have some kind of happiness and victory this week that will break you through into new ground. I would get excited now because that's awesome, all right? Lipto 13, we have the Seven of Pentacles. You want to take stock of your situation and really just look at everything like a long-term investment. Be patient and allow things to kind of just play out as you stay busy, all right, and do what it is you have to do. Empress Daisy, the card we have for you from L Rising is the Judgment card. So Daisy, this week is your week of reckoning. This is a great awakening and shift of your consciousness that'll take what you've been receiving and really make it make that much more sense. Rebecca Resser, we have the Seven of Wands for you. Rebecca, stand your ground. You're having to defend your position. Make sure nobody plays you for a fool. And no matter how many people try and make you feel guilty for what you believe, do not give up. Stand your ground and let people know that you know what you're talking about. You know what you mean. Jazz Ravenel, we have the Five of Pentacles. So you can circumvent perhaps any feeling of isolation and loneliness. It's funny how I got the Hermit card with just trusting your inner wisdom and knowing that this is a temporary period. If there are people who you can reach out to, who you trust, you could totally do that as well. But don't necessarily let any alienation make you feel any less worthy than you have to, okay? Tarot is intricately linked with astrology, and it corresponds in every way to where each card is related to an astrological planet or sign. Kier Stone, we have the King of Swords, which is the Aquarius card. I feel you are an air sign, so this is really having you really embrace a lot your intelligence. You want to be objective, and you definitely want to be in a position to harness the mastermind nature of your mind, okay? The more impartial you are, the better. K. Martin, we have the Seven of Pentacles, so definitely take things slow. You will definitely be able to ditch your 9-to-5, but you want to take stock. You want to allow things to grow with what you have so that when you do, you'll be ready as the opportunity will present itself. Lisa Ben, we have the Page of Cups for you, there might be some new emotional experiences that can manifest itself in a new lover, or it will manifest itself in new talents that you express, like being able to sing a new song. You want to really embrace how your emotions bubble up in this way. Lonnie Andrea. Yes, these corporate folks are shady and hard to read. We do have the Sun, so this could be a promotion. Whatever happens in your job is going to make you very happy. The Sun card, okay, it came out with the Three of Pentacles, so it could be a promotion and or raise. You're definitely not getting fired, but the Sun card is a very happy card. It's a success card too. So I think on top of whatever you get, it's going to be great acknowledgement for what you have done. Okay, Larry Jacko. We have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is definitely speaking of you being in a position to gain a lot of wealth. There's going to be great windfalls of money I feel you come into. Even though it's more about tradition and legacy, I think this is going to be a huge bag. Now, this doesn't tell me much about your muscle and joint ailments, so unfortunately, I'm not sure how to answer that question. I don't want to give you any advice on that since I'm not a professional doctor either, but I will advise using Reiki on top of whatever you may already be doing, okay? And ask yourself, have you used your Reiki energy? Have you used your intent to heal? If not, please do more so of that. From experience, it does work. So glad these are back on the regular. Thank you for your time. What's popping for this coming up weekend? Thank you, Rafa Mama. And spring break. And am I getting any or not? Diavolo Quasar. We have the Seven of Wands. So especially this week, you want to make sure that you stand up for yourself. We have the Magician, so you have all the tools. You definitely are getting it. You are getting some, but you really have to make sure you defend your place. There are people who want to come for your stance. You are in a position of advantage, so remember that. And you have the juice. So don't let anyone take that from you, all right? And no matter what someone pushes your way, stand up for yourself and defend yourself, okay? Sweeter than honey 22. We have the Eight of Cups. Walk away, boo. Walk away from everything and everything that doesn't serve you, and just walk away from what you know you don't deserve, okay? You're seeking something deeper, and you can definitely allow yourself to do so. Negiste. Spirit is telling, if you want to unite with your twin flame beyond friendship, Spirit is saying go to that twin flame and be 100% honest about what you want and see what happens, okay? You don't want to wait for that. Like, let them know. They probably will say no, but if they do, there you go. Sharon Andrea, I have the Fool card. So Spirit is saying that you're entering a new phase. What situation you're dealing with is temporary because it's just meant to transition you into the next chapter and phase, which is happening right now. You want to have an open mind and open possibilities because this is going to really open up so much greater chances and avenues and doors for you. Chemistry, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is really urging you as well to just really be patient, you know what I'm saying? And allow yourself to kind of have a very realistic, long-term attitude towards what you're growing. Miss Gretchen Marie, we have for you the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is definitely saying that you don't want to give up. You're very close. We even have the Magician to manifesting what you want. You just want to stay perseverant. You definitely want to allow yourself to also, you know, keep your guard up and discernment, but you're going to understand how much stronger you are than ever before, all right? And yes, Dominic, for once, I took into account the time and I didn't talk my ass off. Miracles happen every day, B. The message the universe has for you is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is saying there's celebration and there's great friends for you to connect with. Friends you already know, and you're going to meet new and greater friends from that. So definitely take advantage to go out if you yourself, don't initiate this yourself, and prepare for great excitement. Domina, thank you. Very grateful for the donation and your comments. All right. The card I have for you is the World. And I also want to pull the Ten of Cups. So we're talking about total success and bliss that you've worked very hard for. This is a graduation of your lesson. And this could really manifest in a very blissful soulmate relationship that has everything and feels like you're stepping into this happily ever after, right? And it's well much deserved. Rainbow. We have the Seven of Pentacles, okay, and the Ten of Cups. So when it comes to your marriage, you want to treat it like a long-term investment. Take stock and be very patient, because as you kind of, work on it and allow it to grow, you're going to cultivate it to where it's blissful and it's forever peaceful and it's that happily ever after. Even if your marriage isn't there now, and it will get there, but you want to allow it to move slowly. You want to be very patient with its progress. And as far as a channeled message, you know what I'm saying? It has a lot to do more with the work you're already doing. You're reaching very powerful people with the gifts and the product that you're really helping people gain from you. And it's going to all the work you've been doing in a short time is about to come back to you very powerfully, all right, in very amazing ways. So just keep doing what you're doing, because you're not aware of how impactful it is. Like it's impactful to the point where you might not see the surplus money or followers or whatever, but it's still impactful in that way where you're going to start to see this more than ever, especially in Taurus season. Let us live. We have the Two of Wands for you. So you're taking your ideas and you're in a position to where you can make proper plans. When you're making plans about what you want to do with these ideas, really make sure you're original, really make sure you don't sacrifice the integrity of your intuition. And have fun planning, because this is going to put a lot of stuff in order. Contemplating key. We have the Five of Pentacles for you. So this is probably one of the worst cards you can get for finance, but it's really just an urge to make sure you don't spend more than you can save. If anything, this could just be a temporary period where you're not really having the most, but it's going to allow you to reevaluate how you budget your income. Okay. Sandy Sandshells, we do have the Five of Wands. So your dreams and success will manifest through challenge. You're going to have to get into competitive outlets to where you're fighting to stand out. But such stuff will help you bring strength through. You're going to gain courage through strength, all right? Or strength through courage. And the Eight of Cups is also speaking of you just kind of seeking deeper meaning and walking away from stuff that doesn't serve you. So the dreams are going to manifest through the challenge. Don't go around it, go through it. Virgo Capricornus, we do have the Seven of Wands. So make sure you, above all, don't give up on yourself, believe in yourself, and allow yourself the opportunity to stand up for your worth, all right, and value. The Soul Tracker, we have the Five of Swords. So it's speaking of you having a scattered mind, but also the Ace of Wands. The scattered mind, of course, is coming from this extreme sex addict energy that's not, of course, affecting just you, but it's causing irritability from people who may not necessarily be able to express a lot of this sexual energy as well. Worry not, because you're still going to be able to burst through this. And the more you can kind of like calm your mind, even though that's not easy, the better. I hate to give you that advice, because It's easier said than done, but it is temporary and it is going to kind of come together. All right. Jasmine F. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Cha-ching! And I also got the 4 of Pentacles. So you're really going to gain a lot of money, maybe an inheritance or money on your own merit that will add recognition to what you're doing and then allow you to make plans off of this income. So congratulations. Jason White. We have the 7 of Pentacles for you. So this is definitely speaking of you taking long-term stock of you. We have the Magician with this. So you have everything that you need to move forward. You are genius. You're inventive. And we want to realize your potential. But with whatever project you're doing, take it slow. If you're making a project, don't rush it. Look at it as a long-term investment, okay? And you're definitely going to manifest everything you would set out to. So it's a really good card, okay? Polaris Moon. We have the Knight of Cups. And as far as your relationship is concerned right now, you really want to let your feelings express themselves. And I have the Page of Wands too. So you can rekindle the spark of mutual emotions you have in your marriage by doing something exciting you and your partner haven't done before. It's very important that you appeal romantically to each other. And you revisiting the romance, you both want to kind of agree to kind of be how you were when you were just dating. Do that inventive stuff. It's just what it needs, and it's going to really spark the fire again. Moonbabe. As far as a channeled message from your twin flame, the channeled message that I have for you concerning your twin, I really like how you're speaking of not using your phone, but the force. But honestly, as far as the channeled message I have, it's really just speaking of testing how much you really want this union, especially if you are too drawn to it. I don't want to say that you wanting it too much is causing you to not have it. But what's going to be tested right now are your motives. The universe wants to know if you really want your twin flame or you just want a relationship, because there are certain people who are definitely compatible for you. You just may not necessarily, I don't think you're closing them out, but you're going to be tested really on compatibility versus the twin flame relationship. Not so that you turn down compatibility as well. I mean, I got the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups too, but you may kind of decide to just be in a relationship with a soulmate while this twin flame thing works itself out, which is already worked out, but just it's something to consider, just so you really reevaluate if what you really, really want is a functional, deep relationship versus this whole twin flame connection. Okay, Lindsay McClear. We have the 10 of Pentacles for you, which is speaking of a lot of money that you're going to manifest over the next 2 weeks. This will allow you to further your foundation and connect more with your in-laws and any family members as well. Unless you don't have in-laws, but just any family members in your legacy that you can also build. But definitely great for income. All right. Emily Long. We have the 7 of Wands. So really don't back down. It's coming up with the Temperance card. The Temperance card is speaking a lot of you putting everything that you have into moderation. So take this position of advantage you're in and really reap from this by staying perseverant and once again, not allowing anything to knock you off momentum. Lisa Clay, we have the 4 of Swords. What you need right now, Lisa, is rest. If you're not getting any sleep, sleep. If you're sleeping, sleep some more. Meditate and relax. If you're not doing this, your mind's just going to continue to scatter. So really make sure you're getting the rest necessary. Danielle Beers, we have the Ace of Swords. Speak your truth, baby. And make sure you speak your truth with gusto and style. This is definitely going to open up a lot of doors for you with epiphanies that supplement what you've really been working hard to establish. Gail Bonnet, we have the Five of Pentacles. So know that your temporary lack of income or alienation is temporary. I have the Five of Cups too. So this could just be coming in with a lot of sadness and disappointment. It's this emotional block that could actually be getting in the way of you manifesting more than you can. But know that any alienation you're feeling will fade after this Aries season, okay? Fully fed artist, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is both, and with the Six of Cups is a Scorpio. So it looks like there could be a soulmate you're going to connect with who's definitely very compassionate and very deep and wise, who has a lot to kind of teach you as far as how to control more of your emotions. Blizzy Boy, we have the Magician. Blizzy Boy, this is saying you have everything you need to pull off what you're wanting to pull off. You got the magic, you got the power. Believe in yourself. Use your talents and your skills to move forward in your situation. And the Seven of Wands is saying you're in a position of advantage. So not only use your magic and skills, but continue to like let people know you got no competition, bro. You got no competition. Sapphire Love. We have the Four of Pentacles. So his feelings towards you are more grounded than anything. It's coming with the Two of Pentacles. So I'm seeing if it could either mean that he feels like he has to hold on to you and not lose you, but I kind of get the sense with the Four of Pentacles that he's not necessarily super emotional about you. He's kind of chill and he's willing to just kind of see where things go. He's feeling more he needs himself the proper amount of stability so that there could be more groundedness between you two. All right. Brown Brujita, the channeled message I have for you is to take very practical applications to really manifest a lot of your power, because you're super psychic, Brown, but you're not. It's like you have an iPhone 10 and you're just using the telephone option, but you have Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying? Your psychic abilities can do a lot. So just try and do stuff you think you can do and don't try and put rules on it. You're going to shock yourself and show yourself you're very psychic, okay? And the card that I have for you is the Nine of Wands. You're very close to completing something. Don't give up now, okay? You're realizing you're stronger than ever. Peace out, Polaris Moon. Rafa Mama. I love me some Rafa Mama. The card that I have for you is the Queen of Wands. Let these bitches know. I'm just joking. Let these ladies know who's queen, okay? We have the Page of Swords too. So if anything, there's two interpretations. You're this queen, you're shining, and there are people watching you. All right. They may act like they're too cool for school, but they peep in game. But I feel that for you, Rafa Mama, this could be the Queen of Wands. There could be someone who's very vibrant, who's watching your moves. Like she's very popular and she might approach you. So I think both of those also kind of kick in. Scorpio water sign. I have the Queen of Pentacles. I know you had no question, but the Queen of Pentacles is definitely saying the way you're managing your money is A1, and it's going to bring a lot more income. Spend a lot of this money on spend enough money on yourself to pamper yourself and get yourself nice things like the Queen of Pentacles does. It is the Capricorn woman. Mary Jane 1340. Yes, you should vlog about your surgery and how to comfort the husbands. That's just a yes. I also have the Four of Cups for you, saying contemplate, take some time to really think about how you feel, okay? And really allow yourself to gain a great understanding of such, so that when you're ready to start this new adventure, you're more focused. But yes, you should vlog about the surgery. Great idea. Pazia Woods, thank you for your patience. Make a move on the Virgo or let it be and focus on career. The Seven of Wands is saying you want to stand up for yourself and allow yourself to not necessarily let anyone take away your position of advantage, especially when it comes to your career. So you should always focus on your career, okay? No matter who you want to make a move on, you want to make sure you prioritize your career. You also should still make a move on the Virgo. And when you make that move on the Virgo, I have the Chariot card. So there is victory if you play your cards right, okay? First of all, don't even sweat this dude. When you make the move on this Virgo, let this Virgo know you're here. Let this Virgo know that he's lucky you even making a move, okay? You don't have to be cocky though, but make sure before you make your move, you feed this Virgo. Make sure when you're making your move, he's eating food that he likes, all right? Basic seduction, and you should be good. Mary Jane 1340, the card that I have for your hubby is the Queen of Swords, which I think might represent you. But the Queen of Swords, of course, is, okay, this could be someone he works with too. It's saying that he should definitely outlook more professionalism with his current job. Thank you once again for the donation. The more professional he can be, the better. Just be very mindful that you're in a position, or he is in a position, to be very objective, be very logical. But I feel like this could be great rapport with someone he works with that will definitely help him kind of think more intelligently about what he's doing. Shab Chic, future at your work. We got the Page of Pentacles, which is great. The future at your work involves rebranding yourself into a stronger image. Focus on your health, focus on your skills. If you're doing any studying to supplement the work you're doing, it's going to pay off too. So so just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing and stay consistent, and you'll be good. It's good to have the page here too. You're going to receive money when you need it too. Kenny, does the Saggy like me? We have the Ace of Cups. So this is a definite yes. And he is a soulmate. I'm just going to say this again. As a yes or no question, this is a capital Y-E-S. And so it's okay for you to open up your feelings too. The Ace of Cups is encouraging you to share your cup of feelings. I wouldn't wait, you know what I'm saying? But I'm impatient. So do what you want. But yes, there is a soulmate connection there. Green Eyes, tee-hee. The card that I have for you is the Eight of Cups, okay? The Eight of Cups is definitely speaking of you walking away from certain things that have disappointed you. If you're kind of entertaining or on the fence of whether to give someone a chance or to keep staying somewhere or to be in a job you don't want to, leave. If you're in a relationship you don't want to be in, leave. If you're in a town you don't want to be in, leave. Like, you don't really have as much attachments as you think you do. Farishta Z, what is my purpose? I think it's so amazing you're asking me this, because you're totally already living your purpose. Like, I've seen your Instagram page, like, you're rocking it, okay? We literally even have the World card and the Temperance. So your purpose is to really take over the world. See this angel? This is you. This is the card of Sagittarius. Like, you're really bringing moderation here. Whatever your purpose really involves a world recognition of success. And you're Sagittarius, my friend, so your life itself, like, your purpose is to really spark joy in the hearts of everyone and to connect people to the spiritual. But it's important I let you know you're already living your purpose and you know what your purpose is. So definitely believe more in that. I kind of sense there's a bit of doubt here. But I mean, that might just be because certain people are not able to see what it is you're showing them. So just keep doing what you do. The right people will continue to see it. Ashley Smith, should I love him or leave him? By the way, I only do one card per donation, so if you donate again, I won't pull a card. But Connie, I really don't like the tone of that question is not really. That's kind of, I don't want to say yes or no, because you don't want to piss people off with success. Just focus on being successful. If anything, hopefully some of your family members might see your success and decide to kind of change how they thought. All right. Oh, and I see your other donation. You're saying, are people hating at work? You're an exotic dancer. So, I mean, there's always going to be people who are hating. Don't focus on your toxic family. Don't focus on the people hating. The Sun card is honestly letting you know, especially since it came with the Ace of Cups, focus on your happiness. I even have the Magician, like, focus on your happiness, focus on you. Don't worry about the haters. Fuck the haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, screw them. If you're focusing on them, you're giving them more power than they need. All right. Annie Broken House Shop. The card that I have for you. Oh, wait a minute. Ashley Smith. I don't think I answered your question. Ashley Smith, should I love him or leave him? Ashley, we have the Seven of Swords. So it looks like he might be playing with you. I would say leave him. Hold on. There you go. All right. I don't know. Be mindful because the Seven of Swords is not necessarily the most honest card. It's usually the card of cheating too if you're with someone, but it doesn't mean you should outright leave him. Okay. I also got the King of Swords again as well. So I don't really want to. Oh, I got the leave card, the walk away. So if you feel like you should leave, you should totally leave. Here we go. Ashley, leave him. And if he tries really hard to get you back, go back. If you leave him and he doesn't, then you made the right decision. Okay. Annie Broken House Shack. The card that I have for you is the Ten of Cups. I'm gonna have to bring back that Wheel of Fortune. Green Eyes Teehee. Yes, start a comedy channel. You totally should. You absolutely totally should. Annie Broken House Shack. The card that I have. Oh no, I got the Ten of Cups for you, Annie. Happiness, bliss, and more happiness and bliss. Especially if you've been going through a rocky period, it's coming back in full force. Meredith's Lucky Stars. We have the Ace of Swords. Congratulations. This is a definite yes. You will get accepted to grad school, and it's going to be amazing. Shannon Southard, Libra on Libra romance. Should I let it go? Why would you let it go? Libra on Libra romance is amazing. The Eight of Pentacles is saying to work on it, Shannon. But yeah, I mean, only let it go if it's like stuck and there's really nothing else you can do. But yeah. Alexandria, research grant, Gen Finances. We have the King of Cups, so you might gain assistance from this Scorpio individual, and you might want to be persistent, if anything. But yeah, really keep that in mind because this will really powerfully help you understand how well you can definitely exercise discernment. All right. Let me pull another one though, because that doesn't really tell me or you anything. The Seven of Pentacles is saying the finances are there. You just want to take stock and slowly accumulate it. Okay. It can't be, don't worry about it being too slow. The Four of Pentacles is saying you will get the money, but it's not just going to come. You just kind of want to save a little bit here and there like you are already doing. And honestly, by like Taurus season, May, you'll have a lot more headway with Uranus. Julie, we have the Seven of Pentacles for you too. The Seven of Pentacles is saying to continue to take stock with what it is you're doing. And you really want to allow yourself to take a long-term investment, all right, with what you're doing. Yeah. So keep that in mind. The more you kind of take stock and allow things to just be, the better. Love Goddess, the card that I have for you is the Eight of Swords. You might be letting certain negative thoughts hold you back. This is not you, Love Goddess. This is you. All right. You're very popular. You have people who love you, but you're clouding yourself with negative thoughts. And you need to release those thoughts because most of them are not even true and they're just old programming. Change every negative thought with a positive one and it will work. Okay. And Sonia Sandhu, the card that I have for you is the Eight of Pentacles. Sonia, keep on doing the work you're doing. The repetition that you use on skills you have will make you better and better. And if you're looking for employment, you're going to get a job that definitely allows you to connect very positively with your community. But if you're already in a job, you can really expect greater notoriety because of the quality. OJC Astrology. If you guys haven't checked her out, check her out. Her horoscopes are literally super accurate. It's scary. But other than that, it is what it is. Victoria, the super chat is a money button down below. But I'm just going to answer your question anyway. Reach out to Cody. If you're waiting for Cody to reunite, you're going to wait forever. Reach out to Cody, see what's up, and just really be honest with how you feel. And then you'll know if the reuniting is possible, at least currently right now. OJC, we have your card, the Knight of Cups, Pisces, but we also have the Hierophant. So you're creating your own religion, Olivia, and you want to continue, you want to live this religion. You kind of have it down packed, and you want to be your own John the Baptist and Jesus at the same time. Let people know the way of life of your goddesshood being, because you're going to put so many people on, Olivia. You're going to put so many people on. So definitely continue to do this. All right. Mindful Robot. Empress Daisy, leave your twin alone. He may not even be your twin, to be honest. If he hasn't come to you, like, dump this loser and find someone who actually wants to be in your life, because you're a queen. You don't really need to deal with people who are playing games. Mindful Robot. I have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is usually more about being friends with someone first. So ask this person out this week, but definitely find a way in which you can make this something a lot more cool. Don't put too much pressure on it to be a date, if that makes sense. And yeah, oh my gosh, it's saying I'm streaming for almost 2 hours. It's amazing. But anyway, thank you guys. I'm gonna make the live streams for this upcoming week. Stay tuned for a full moon ceremony. My battery just died. And yeah, Gail Kenyon, any insight that comes to mind, do the 33-day ritual, or just kind of, put in some energy that you can. Green Eyes Tea. As far as if the Pisces is your soulmate, no. I mean, I won't say they're not, but I wouldn't worry so much about that. Once again, I only pull one card per donation, but worry not. You want to actually ask this Pisces if they feel anything for you. And if they don't, then they're not. You guys stay blessed. And until next time, peace.